Hey everyone, this is Power Glove Pixels back again with a new video. So on today's video I want to discuss about the future of this channel, and I want to talk about Stadia. This channel going forward is gonna be about Stadia mostly. It's before in the past I was talking about Nintendo and I was talking about other platforms and stuff, but lately I just been too busy that I've not been able to upload whatsoever, with work and other activities. But going forward, I'm going to be talking about Stadia. So this channel is going to be focused more on Google Stadia. Now, before we start this video, I want to start saying that I'm not sponsored by Google. So what I'm going to say, this is my honest opinion on this platform. So where do I begin? So Stadia was announced last year in May, this cloud service, that this was the future, and to me personally it's still the future. I was able to pick up one on November 19, and for me personally the technology actually works. I cannot talk about everybody else because I've seen other people talk crap about it, saying it doesn't work, but for me personally, in my environment, my setup, it works and it runs amazing. I cannot stress that out, that it actually runs amazing to the point where I can't even tell that I'm playing on the cloud. It feels like if I'm playing on a PS4 or on an Xbox or whatever. But for me personally, the technology actually works, and that's one of the things, the key that I want you to take out of here is that the tech works. But it all comes down to your setup, in my opinion, because I've seen, way too many mixed reviews of people saying it doesn't work. But for me personally, it works. Now, going forward, they were going to start charging this year $10 a month. What does that give you? Well, for $10 a month, it actually gives you 4K. It gives you pro discounts if you're a member. And if you don't, you can also go the free tier, which lets you play whatsoever, but you don't get discounts. And I believe the streaming is in 1080p instead of 4K. But for me, I'm gonna be paying 4K because of my setup. I have a 4K TV and stuff. And for me, the games that I've been playing so far are Destiny, and for me, Destiny looks great, runs great on Stadia. I remember last year there was like this problem where people couldn't even log in on a console because people were updating. Okay, I'm gonna give you a situation that happened. People were trying to, everybody tried to log in on Xbox and PlayStation, and I believe PC as well, and they were having troubles. This happened maybe for like 3 hours. People couldn't really log in. But on Stadia, because there's no updates, and the updates are like on Google Stadia's end, I was able to log in, and that was the magic for me. I was like, this is pretty amazing that you can just go in there and not worry about updating, not worry about if you have enough space. And because it's on their end, it's running on a high-end computer with SSD and everything, so everything runs smoothly. And that's one of the games that I was able to play. I also was able to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Looks amazing on Stadia, runs great. Let's see, Guilt, that was another one, which is like a creepy game of a girl that explores a school, and she's trying to find the mystery of this. That's a pretty cool game. A lot of people say that it sucked or something, but for me personally, I enjoyed it. I was able to beat it. One game that I gotta say that I'm definitely playing on Stadia is Final Fantasy 15, and one of the reasons is because this game just loads so fast on Stadia compared to consoles. If you go to, for example, on Xbox, it takes like about, I don't kid you, it takes about a minute or 2 minutes just to get into the game. On Stadia, just couple seconds. So major day and night difference, and that's one of the things why I like that game, and I'm trying to get everything perfect. What else do I have on Stadia? I have this racing game. I believe it's what's that racing game? Guard, I believe it's called, and amazing as well. I have MK11, looks great. I believe it's missing like a feature, but I believe they already updated. Let's see what else. I'm planning to get Borderlands 3. That's one game that's on sale right now on Stadia for $30. So yeah, so for me, Google's not paying me, and I gotta say that I'm loving it. I love, I love Stadia. Now, a couple weeks ago, GeForce was announced. I was able to try that as well, and from my experience, it's not there. I've heard of other people that it works for them, but for me, it just there's something there that just doesn't work. So it's okay. I mean, if it works for you, all power to you. But for me personally, I wasn't really impressed with GeForce, if that makes any sense, in terms of like performance. And they were in beta for like 2 years, I believe, and I remember trying it out even in the past, and it's just like, it's all right. But at the end of the day, it's always healthy to have different competitors like GeForce. I believe Amazon is actually going to be making a streaming service. I even heard Walmart is also going to be making a streaming service. So having all these competitors, it's going to be amazing. Now, xCloud, that's from Microsoft. I gotta say that xCloud runs pretty solid as well too. Not as Stadia, but it runs pretty solid. I have done tests on it, and I noticed that Stadia is still a little bit above the xCloud. I was able to try Gears of War, but for me personally, Stadia is the way to play, honestly. But there's a couple things that I need them to focus on. They need to bring exclusives. A lot of people hate exclusives because a lot of times that's the only way you can play it. But at the same time, I feel that Stadia is in a situation where if it wants people to play their platform, they need to have that killer app. You know what I mean? Because just think about it. If there is a game that you can only play there, and it's a AAA game, a big franchise, that's gonna make people buy their jump into their platform. You know what I mean? People, when something is good, something is good. You know what I mean? And they need those exclusives. Now, like I said, going forward, this channel is gonna be mostly focused on Stadia. I'm always sometimes I might talk about Nintendo maybe if there's something super major, or but for me personally, it's just Stadia is really the future, and I believe that cloud is the future, and that's one of the reasons why I'm on board with this platform. Now, going forward, like I said, Stadia is going to be mostly what I'm going to talk about. So let's get to some news, I should say, on Stadia. Let's see. So this week, they announced 4 games for Stadia. And I'm doing these live, so it's not like this news, it's like 3 days old or whatever. So these are the 4 games that they announced. Steam World Dig, which is pretty much, I believe these games came out on the Switch, I believe. I was never played them, to be honest with you, so I can't really talk much on them. But they got announced, and a lot of people have talked pretty good stuff on them. They say that they're good games personally, and I believe like last week they announced even 4 more games. Panzer Dragoon is coming out, like a remake exclusive to it, which that's pretty big. Let's see what else. Can't even remember what else is coming to the Stadia, but there's let me see if I can go back to some of these games, because I mean there's a lot of games that they got announced that are coming to Stadia, coming soon, I should say. And I was just shocked. Let's see. So yes, apparently Cyberpunk is also going to be coming to Stadia, but I believe because that got pushed back, that's going to be in September. But yeah, it's pretty damn. Oh yeah, Doom Eternal's coming to Stadia. That is a pretty cool game coming to Stadia. I'm pretty surprised that one is actually coming out. I wasn't expecting that one. What else did they announce this week? Oh yeah, phones. Originally, when Stadia came out, you could only play on Pixel. Now you can play on a Samsung phone like the Note 10, the Note 8, I believe. I believe some Galaxy phones, the Note 10 Plus. Unfortunately, no iPhone at the moment, but they said that they're working on it, so we should definitely see that later this year. iPhone, once we get that, and I think this is, I feel that, they launched it as, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, they launched this as a, like a real platform, like ready to go. But in reality, I feel that, yeah, it's a beta for a lot of us users from the beginning, supporting this. And I feel that this could become big, but it's just gonna take time, honestly, for this platform to grow. And yeah, I want this platform to be successful. It's I want xCloud to be successful. I want Amazon to be successful. I want all these platforms just to be successful, so we can have a competition. And I believe that's the future. If one day, just imagine one day we could get to the point where the technology is perfected, to the point where there's no difference. So, and that's where I think that console, local consoles are not going to be matter anymore. When it gets to the point where the technology is just on par with having something local, you know what I mean, like having a high-end PC or having a PS5 or whatever. That's when, and we're gonna get there. We are definitely gonna get there. And I think that Stadia is just the beginning. Someone had to go in first, and Google is actually the first one into the market trying it. But like I said, forward, I will be supporting them, and going forward, hopefully, I could bring some more videos of me maybe playing some games on it. So what else can I say about Stadia? I'm loving it right now. At the moment, I'm playing Final Fantasy 15. I'm trying to beat that on there. What can I say about the controller? Now, the controller is pretty solid. The only problem that I have with it is I feel that the D-pad feels cheap compared to Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, for example. I find that the D-pad just feels cheap. Now, if those systems didn't exist, then I would say, okay, the D-pad is fine. But because when you compare them, I would say it's the cheapest one. Now, the way it feels, I would say it feels pretty great. I can't complain that. Battery life, I would say it's probably like the PS4. It lasts like a PS4, which is not bad. I wouldn't say that's like a bad thing personally. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say about the controller. Honestly, it's a controller and it works. It's their first entry into the gaming, so that's pretty much it. So, like I said, going forward, I'm gonna be giving news on Stadia, and hopefully I can give more information. So like I said, going forward, this channel I'm announcing today, it's going to be focused on Stadia, and hope you guys enjoy this little recap, or little mini impression review, you can say, on this platform. So that's pretty much it for this video. Like always, subscribe, liking, basically, and subscribing just motivates me to make more videos like this, so I can be more excited. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just hard, honestly, uploading videos, and but if I get at least a like or a comment of maybe you have a Stadia or you're playing it at the moment, I would like to know. I like to interact with the community. So thanks for watching. This is Power Glove Pixels. Till next time.